Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for what the this is my review for Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 1 Episode 8 Real Talk. So it starts off with Kiara. She meets up with Chinese Nikki and Chinese Kitty because she wants to make sure that she just has a support system. So these two ladies are supposed to be her support system. She goes over the fact that this isn't the first, well, they already know that this isn't the first time that um, that old dude went and relapsed, and so she's afraid. She's afraid of what's going to happen to him. And Gunplay, he's just out. He's doing song. He has a song about drugs, has a music video about drugs, and so he's going in deep. And so then it looks like Chinese, what was it, Nikki? The younger one, the daughter, she went and told her story, and she started crying about how she was with a dude who was also addicted to drugs, and how it was one of those situations where she could either give up on herself or just continue to put the focus on him. So she decided that she needed to go and leave and do what was right for her. But obviously, that's not what they're trying to do with Kiara. They're just trying to let her know that if all else fails, you need to go. You either need to go and help build that man back up if that's what you really want, or you need to go and leave him because you don't want to be destroyed because of that. I said, fair enough. I'm not going to talk about their looks. I don't talk about people's looks. These are real people, not cartoon characters or characters on TV shows. And most of them are women. So I just don't like personally doing that myself. I can think things, but it doesn't mean I have to say them. Now, you guys can say whatever you want, clearly, because you do. Uh, we have Trina, who has Trina Day. She got the keys to the city. She got Trina Day, or something of the other, close enough, because all the things that she's done for the city of Miami. I said, okay, great, cool, fair enough. Joy, her mother was there. Joy was there. And the thing is, Joy wants to date. Since she lets Trina know that Trick invited her to this divorce party or celebration, they're done. And now it's time for her to go and find someone of her own. She wants to have fun. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants to do all those things. And she agrees that she's going to go and date as long as Trina goes and gives apparently someone who's a close friend of hers a chance. I said, oh, okay, cool, whatever. You two really look like you're just friends, but let's move on. So Jojo, she has a huge conundrum. She has to decide what's going to happen because she gets these papers from her mother's lawyers saying that her mother's bringing her and her boutique revenue and investment money into question. And we know it came from the father. So now Jojo has to testify either on the behalf of her mother or her father. And she's just trying to talk to her mother to let her know that, how could you do this to me? I love both of you equally. This isn't fair. And I completely understand what she's saying. And I get it because that's hurtful. She's in a situation where she has both parents. So it's not like, oh, she loves her father and she only tolerates her mother, or vice versa. She loves both of them equally. And for the mom's lawyer to be like, ha, you're going to have to go and talk, hopefully on my behalf. You don't have much of a choice. You don't have really a choice, period. Your only choice, our option, is to show up. It's really hurtful. The fact that it had to come from the mom, and the mom's just like, look, I don't have anything. Your father's trying to leave me with nothing. Your own brother, apparently her older brother, went and decided to side with the mom and to say what the father's doing is trash and that it's unforgivable and all this stuff. And I said, okay, so he was cut out of the will. Jojo, don't do anything too slick. Your daddy's little girl. I'm sure your daddy's little girl. You need to play this right. You need to play this right. But I know her father's the type where he'll make sure that Jojo can't financially support her mom. I know that he's just giving that type of energy like, no, I'm not doing that. So it hurt me because I said, this is real. Now, this is clearly there's real money going on here. This is real money being made behind the scenes. Because you and JoJo's like, he has so many other businesses. Why can't you go and subpoena one of those? And I said, oh, don't tell us all the information, JoJo. Come on now. The block can be hot for a while. Don't tell us too much. Now, we see that Veronica, she goes and does this 14-day biking marathon, And she got through it. It was hard. She was leading a group, and she was just really happy because she said a experience like this changes a person. I said it does, but things don't just magically get better unless you put in the work. So I was kind of looking at this whole thing like, this is cool and all, but so then we move on. We move on to Baby Blue. Baby Blue. He has this. Apparently, he has this marketing company. I think Spectacular also has one, like a like social media one. So Baby Blue also has marketing company or marketing experience, and he wants to help Shay out. Shay talks about, because Shay's doing this promotional shoot for, I guess, an underwear line that he's doing, and I said, oh, Baby Blue, Baby Blue, Baby Blue. Baby Blue's like, look, I'm here to help you out. Shay's like, look, I broke up with Pleasure P, just want you to know. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't stop this train from rolling. And she was like, agreed. And then he tries to go and hit on her. She's looking at him like, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. I said, tell them how you really feel. That's never going to happen. But it's cool. He says he's still willing to work with her because business is business. I said, yeah, we'll see how much business is business until your boy comes along. So now we see that, speaking of Pleasure P, Joy knows Pleasure P. They've known each other for years. And now, since they're both newly single, because the streets in Miami talk, she's going to go and see how things go. Pleasure's just like, oh, I didn't really know Joy's situation like that, but she looks good and we're close friends. So I guess now's the time than ever, since she's available, I'm available. And that's essentially how their friendship is. In comes Raymond. And I said, oh, Raymond seems like a nice, good guy. I said, I don't know who's Trina dated in the past, so I don't know what her type is. But I was like, is Raymond her type? Because he seems really nice and cool. And it definitely seems like someone you'd want to be friends with if you're a Trina. And even close friends with. And I don't know him, but maybe he can even treat you right. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Wow, the devil is real. The devil's real, but maybe that was a sign from God. I don't know what. But my micro SD card just did an error. But thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. It did not delete all of my stuff. Because I was about ready to be like, you know what? Because I wanted to go and talk about Black Panther. I want to go and talk about Fergie, the Duchess, even though I love her. And I want to go and talk about Black China in this mess. So I was about to be like, is this a sign? But no, let's keep pushing. Let's keep going. So then we get the whole Trina thing, and Trina and Raymond and Pleasure P and Joy. We'll see how that all transpires. Gunplay, he goes back to Atlanta to meet up with Ricky Rose, and that's Rick Ross. And he's honest. He's like, he relapsed, and Ross is just like, look, you're supposed to be the leader now. You're supposed to be showing your crew and your people how it's supposed to be done. You can't go and do this type of mess. You're supposed to be on another level. And this is all the things that we know, but sometimes you need to just hear it from a different source. So Gunplay's going to get it together. Cool. JoJo meets up with her father, and her father wasn't playing. Her father did some manipulative mess. Really manipulative mess. And I was a little hurt that he felt like he had to go that route. But JoJo's father pretty much put it to her like this. You either choose me or you choose your mother. I'm not even sugarcoating this. You're choosing me or you choose your mother. Your older brother, he's trash. He didn't even say his son. He was like, your mother's son. I said, oh, your mother's son. He went and sided with her. He went and testified against me on her behalf. He is dead to me. He ain't ish. He is trash. And I'm thinking, JoJo's like, that's my brother. Like, but I know how my dad is, because he said, look, He's no longer, you are the heiress. You are the king, the queen. You are the princess to the throne. It's all you. I'm giving it all to you if you side with me. I looked at him like, really? Really? Really, man? Come on now. You're asking your daughter to betray her mother. That's just on a whole nother level of bleeped up. Come on now. I really do feel bad for her. Oh, I couldn't imagine having to be put in that situation. That's a lose-lose. That's a lose-lose. Steph goes and meets up with her friend Veronica, and Veronica talks about how she is so changed. How she is so changed, and she feels like a new person, and she's just like, she understands how she treated people as bad, treated people was bad in the past. And the reason why I'm stuttering is because I'm like, this is, even though I'm sure she believes this, is still BS, because we know what happens. We know it happened. She understands that even with the situation with Amada, she did a little bit too much. She did a little bit too much. And so there's just a lot of the way how she talked to people. I said, that's great. That's great. That's great. But that means nothing if now that you're armed with that and you still make the same mistakes. Which I just predicted the foolishness that was going to happen next. Anyway, Shane meets up with Baby Blue in the studio, and she shows him her flyers. And I said, why does that look like, I'm like, okay, I guess that works because it's entertainment, but I feel like that was more so like an Atlanta flyer versus that's what she's trying to do now. But whatever. He said he'll get the distribution company. She said, I don't understand why working with you for a couple of scenes, I'm getting more stuff accomplished than someone I was supposed to be with who also had similar connections. I said, I don't know either. That's an excellent question. Maybe he didn't believe in what you were doing or cared that much about it. In comes Pleasure P, because I'm sure a rep said, okay, Baby Blue, he's going to be in the studio from this time to this time. You can stroll in whenever. Blue wanted him to come in a couple of hours later. Pleasure came in then. So I said, okay, if Blue's acting like he really didn't set this up, then that must have meant that someone from production said, you can come in now. Because they'll do that. They will absolutely do that. Like, no, just come in now. Stroll through now. Just do it now. Just do it now. So, of course, Plush is very upset because he's saying, Blue, you're supposed to be my boy. How are you going and working with my girl? Oh, that's what it is. You always want to smash. You always want to smash. You're not loyal. And you go and work with the ex, work with the enemy. Because why? Blue's laughing because he's trying to figure out, I was the one that was trying to get you two to stay together. And yet you're treating me and acting me like I'm the bad guy? So that's what we're doing now? So that's what we're doing? And then Shay was just like, look, why is it that I had to work with your friend? He's getting more accomplished for me. And then they start talking to Blue instead of talking to each other. Like, oh, she raggedy. Oh, he's raggedy. Oh, Pleasure was trying to make it seem like she went back to her ex that she talked greasy about for 2 years, because we're in a relationship for 2 years. And she was saying, wait a minute, you went with Jamaican Barbie, and before I even started talking to Scrappy again, and you're trying to make it seem like this way. Blue doesn't care. Blue's only seeing signs and also seeing Shay's body. But then when Shay goes, and she was like, you need to go and work out them boobs, Pleasure. I said, oh my God, Shay, stop it. And then Pleasure was trying to get on Blue like, very, very disloyal. How is it that you're going to go and do that to me? Well, guess what? Because Blue jumped up. And I'm thinking, Blue and you still have issues. This is the truth to the matter. You and Blue still had issues. And so Blue probably felt like, I really don't care. I really don't care if this is a bad look or not. I'm going to do me. Because this dude, our relationship, even though we have a brotherhood, our brotherhood is partially trash. And I believe it. He didn't say that, but this is what I'm thinking. Because under normal circumstances, most people have been like, no, I'm going to have to moonwalk out of the situation and just leave you two to fend for your own self. Or at the very least, I'll talk to both of you and just let you know, give you a heads up instead of doing this whole ambush thing of, okay, well, you found out. But I don't think Blue and Pleasure had the best relationship. So I think that's why this whole thing even happened in the first place. So that's why I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. JoJo, we see her walking into court and just kind of saying it's going to be really stressful. She has to choose a side. She didn't say what side to pick. She was like, I'm not going to betray my mom, which I guess she's siding with her. But she was like, the business prospects and all of that, to just lose all of that because I'm siding with my mom, that's ridiculous. And then had my father potentially being done with me, like how he just cast my brother aside. That's hard. That's hard. So now we see Steph. She went and she didn't tell Veronica that they were going to go and meet up with Amara. So Veronica felt a certain way. Amara definitely had that look of, you invite her, why? Why? Really? For what? But the whole thing essentially goes down like this. Veronica felt a certain way about Amara going and telling JoJo what she said to Amara in confidence. Well, Veronica told Amara in confidence. And Amara's just like, look, you were talking this shit about me and it hurt my feelings. So I went and told this girl that you don't even really like, that you don't even really like her. That's it. And I said, you know what? You two aren't friends. You two aren't friends, and yet you expected more from each other. So shame on both of you, because that's ridiculous. You two aren't really friends. It was obvious the moment you started filming that there was already kind of this just weird energy. Just this weird energy. And so that's why I'm not surprised by it. So in comes young Hollywood, and so Veronica's trying to figure out, wait a minute, so this is the main reason why we started the argument, and now you're working with old dude? And Amara's just like, well, you know, business is business. Whatever's clever. There was an apology. Everything was cool. And so then Veronica got pissed because she realized, so I'm dealing with all this because everyone else has a kumbaya. No. I'm going to go stir something up, get her riled up. And it was just like, Amara, you fake, just like the hair on your head, the afro's fake. I said, here we, problematic queen, the queen, that's, no, problematic person, here we come, problematic Vega, here we come. Amara says, let's be very clear, I braid my hair, I wear wigs that are straight, I add extensions to accentuate the fro. What's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is that Steph, she stayed out of the way this time. She didn't choose a side. So I said, okay, that's fine. But we saw young Hollywood, even though he was at a networking thing with Amara, he went right over to Vega and said, no, you look too good for this. You're doing too much. This isn't a good look. Come on, just take a breather and get out of here. I said, so whose side are you on? Because I understand you're not getting a paycheck yet, but this is just messy. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I honestly expected more from this show. I don't even know why, because it has Love and Hip Hop attached to it.